And racing in the follow us on Instagram at Dundalk Stadium race over 1.2 miles and forced forward in the early part. Sky 7 is going to take them by. From Bolivar racing in second, Order of Australia is third. Harriet's Forces on the outside of Latoya of North, and Creationist is the early back marker. Rounded the bend to take them away from the straight, and out front it is Sky 7 and Ronald Whelan who set the splits, being followed in second by Bolivar and Billy Lee. Order of Australia, Shamie Heffernan sit third and is just nudged along to close up a little on Bolivar. A couple of lengths break further back to Latoya of North and Colin Keane towards the inside of Harriet's Force and Bruder, and last of all is Creationist, the mount of Shane Foley. So into the back straight, and Sky 7 just being taken back a little now by Ronan Whelan to steady it up, and they'll bunch a little now as he does that. Bolivar is second, and quickly Order of Australia seizes the initiative on the eased pace and comes up to join Sky 7. So Sky 7 leads. Order of Australia's gone up to his girth, and they're being followed in third by Bolivar. Harriet's Forces 4. Then towards the inside is Latoya of North, and Creationist brings up the rear. Continuing down along the back straight now and making their way on towards the bottom turn, and it is Sky 7 who leads from Order of Australia. A couple of lengths to Bolivar, who in turn is in front of Harriet's Force, Latoya of North and Creationist. So they are racing into the turn, passing the 5. That's going to bring them out of the back straight, and out front it is still Sky 7 with Order of Australia almost on terms. Bolivar is on the outside of Latoya of North with Harriet's Force a little wider out, and Creationist, although the back marker still in touch. Rounded the bend passing the 4, and it is still Sky 7 who leads them round from Order of Australia. He's been kept honest up to his job. Being third is Bolivar. They're being chased in 4 by Harriet's Force. Down the inside is Latoya of North, and Creationist goes through the centre. Now they begin to straighten up now and make their way on towards the 2. Order of Australia with the advantage. Bolivar boxes his way through for the split, and over on the far side is Sky 7. Harriet's Force is game over on the near side, and the group of 4 are waiting for Creationist to try and get to them, and Order of Australia has a good battle on hands here now. Bolivar the near side, Sky 7 the far, Harriet's Force on the near side, and Creationist trying to take an interest. It's Order of Australia, but only just inside the final furlong. Order of Australia with Bolivar, Sky 7 the far side. Order of Australia is going to have to pull it all out, but he's doing just that. Order of Australia gets there, Bolivar second, Sky 7 third, then comes Creationist, Harriet's Force and Latoya of North.
Yes, Order of Australia has got off the mark here. It was hard work, but he has justified a shade of odds on here. 11 to 10 on, he's returned. And in fairness to him, he's shown a good attitude there, because he looked in big trouble, I thought, turning in. Order of Australia and Miran. Let's see how it transpires on the track with Jerry.
The Sycamore Lodge Equine Hospital race over 1.5 miles. Order of Australia on the outside of Pugin. They share the lead, followed by Moran and Gold Dragon Reef, and dropped in at the back of the quintet Ebendi. Pugin takes over in front and goes on to force it by just over a length to Order of Australia, a couple of lengths to Moran on the outside of Gold Dragon Reef, and then comes Ebendi, continuing right over on the far side of the track. Coming inside the 10 furlong point, and it's Pugin, 2.5 to 3 lengths in front of Order of Australia, a couple of lengths to Moran on the outside of Gold Dragon Reef, with the back marker Ebendi. Little changes in the order, heading for the mile mark in the Sycamore Lodge Equine Hospital race. It's Pugin and Shane Cross cutting out the running, followed by Order of Australia and Shamie Heffernan racing together third and fourth. Moran, Colin Keane on the outside of Gold Dragon Reef, and Shane Foley, only a double between them now. Ebendi, last of the 5 Oshinor. Beginning the run uphill towards the 6 furlong point, and it's Pugin bowling along a couple of lengths in front of Order of Australia in the purple and white colours, and then Moran on the outside of Gold Dragon Reef, and the back marker remains Ebendi. Heading past the halfway stage, the 6 furlong point, and pretty much still in the same order. Ebendi, the first one to be pushed along. They're at the 5 and about to make the downhill run for the approach to the straight. Pugin tracked all the while by Order of Australia. Moran is on the outside of Gold Dragon Reef with the back marker written along to lie up with the Ebendi. They're at the 4, coming across on the approach to the straight. Pugin, Shane Cross, followed by Order of Australia and Shamie Heffernan. Ebendi pushed up on the outside by Oshinor to move into a disputing third with Moran, Colin Keane and Gold Dragon Reef, Shane Foley. Into the straight, less than 3 furlongs to go, and the Sycamore Lodge Equine Hospital race. Pugin is picked off by Order of Australia, and following through is Moran on the outside of Gold Dragon Reef, and then a Bendy. Furlong and a half from the finish, and in the lead is Order of Australia, trying to stretch them, is a few lengths in front of a Bendy on the outside, who's staying on ahead of Moran, and then Gold Dragon Reef, and falling away is Pugin. It's Order of Australia, maintaining a couple of lengths advantage over the Bendy and Gold Dragon Reef, and Order of Australia will run off a double for Shamie Heffernan and Aidan O'Brien. A Bendy second, and third is Gold Dragon Reef, pulling away from the other two.
Yes, Order of Australia is our winner here. 6-5 favourite, just clung on to favouritism near the off as the support came from Miran, but in the race itself, Order of Australia much superior to that rival who travelled really.
They're off in the Breeders' Cup Mile. Halliday sharp from the beginning and right out to the early lead. And Factor This is away running in second. Order of Australia sent up on their outside, racing for that first turn. Kamiko just in behind the leaders, running in fourth position and saving ground under Rasheen Murphy, just 2 lengths off the lead. Then Casa Creed followed on the inside by Circus Maximus. Ivar's out there 3 wide. Then comes Safe Voyage, followed by Lope Fernandez, who's 7 lengths off the lead to the backstretch. And on their outside and moving up is Raging Bull. Then March to the Arch in Siskin. Uni, second last. Digital Age is the trailer as the field heads up the backstretch. In pursuit of Halliday, who leads it by a length and a half. Factor This tracks in second position. Then it's Kamiko third on the inside. Order of Australia's fourth. Circus Maximus fifth after a half mile in 46.97 seconds. Casa Creed is sixth right now and 5 lengths from the front. Then Ivar to the outside. Lope Fernandez is saving all the ground with 7 lengths to make up, moving for the far turn. Then March to the Arch and Raging Bull. Uni is beginning to pick up stride from the back of the package. She's going 3 wide, and Digital Age is going to come outside of her as they make their way toward the top of the stretch. Halliday's going to try to take them the distance here, turning for home in front of the Breeders' Cup Mile. Kamiko on the inside is second. Order of Australia running a big one on the outside. And a huge race. Here comes Order of Australia to take the lead as they come into the final 16th. Circus Maximus runs up on the outside. Lope Fernandez is next. It's Order of Australia. He's 73-1 in the Breeders' Cup Mile. Circus Maximus was second. Lope Fernandez was third. The final time, 1:33.73. What an upset.